It's week 9 of the NFL, and our focus is on Noah Fant. He should be one of his quarterback's best friends this week. It's the Seahawks and the Giants, coming up next.
First known as the Meadowlands, EA Sports welcomes you to MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. Greg, it's that time of the year. A little bit more urgency. The calendar page turns to November. We kind of know who the good teams are. The midpoint of the NFL season, always a great time to take a step back and look ahead to what's down the road for us.
Yeah, no doubt. And I always felt, even as a player, that you never really knew how good you were as a team or how good everyone else around the league was until you kind of got to this point in the year. November, December football. That's really where teams separate themselves from the pack, and that's where playoff pictures start to unravel. That's where there's a little bit more clarity between the haves and the have-nots. And
Stage is set. Ball is on the tee. And off we go on EA Sports. A return now from the 4. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Here comes the Seattle offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the young man in his second season in the NFL.
going back and looking at last week's tape, just a little too up and down for my liking. It's hard to win consistently in the NFL, Mike, with your quarterback having good plays, good weeks, bad weeks. You want to just level all of that out. Maybe you lose some of the highs, but you prevent some of the lows. And when he was good, he was really good. But when he was bad, those are the back-breaking plays that really are hard to overcome if you want to win consistently in this league.
The first carry for the Spartans, Kenneth Walker. Walker, first down and more. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
This is how you draw up your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
He's close to a first down. To gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. A good spot here. Second and a yard. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. That's caught. It's Kenneth Walker. And they'll pick up the first down. A gain of about 4. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. They put Woods in motion. Back to the air once more on second down. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
Try again. It's second and 10. The tight end Fant in motion. Back to the air again on second and 10. He's got his man. That's Slayton. Ninth play of this opening drive, trying to keep it going here on third down. Slayton is the man in motion. Now, on third and 2, they'll try and throw for it. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that third down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
Red zone now. He'll drop to throw. The Seahawks are going to have a first and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
It's been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone, and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with first and goal.
Over the top, he's got it. Noah Fant, touchdown Seahawks. That touchdown number 1 for him on the year. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. Eric Gray to return it. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Giants offense making their way out for the first time. They are led out by a man who's done this now for a long time. Their veteran quarterback.
There's just certain guys, Mike, when they take the field and they step into the huddle, the other 10 players, they just take a little bit of a deeper breath. They're like, man, I'm glad this guy is on our side, and he's certainly one of them. He just brings an element of confidence to everybody else around.
He will take this one in. 72 yards. Touchdown, Giants. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball. And in this case, the defense is thinking run, got a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6.
The extra point, up and good. The Giants come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. Here comes a return from the 3. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Well, Seahawks offense ready now for their second drive. They're trying to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. The tight end Fant in motion. Short pass taken in by the tight end. He's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. 2nd and a yard. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He'll get it into the hands of Slayton. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
This is a great example, Mike, of just how effective it is when you're efficient on early downs throwing the ball. I mean, when you can pick up first downs without getting to 3rd down, as the game unfolds, things just get easier and easier. Take what the defense is giving you. Don't force the ball downfield. And when you can stay ahead of the chains without having to get to 3rd and have plays, that's when an offense is really firing.
Give him 10 more on that one. Just enough for another first down. On the handoff, this is Walker. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
This is like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points. They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
He'll drop to throw. That's dropped off for Walker. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here now, 3rd and 5. He'll look to throw. He pulls it in around the 5. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal.
What an impressive drive this has really been, and it's a combination of big plays and 3rd down conversions. Now after that last 3rd down pickup, it's 1st and goal. They got a chance to finish this really impressive drive and come away.
And he'll take it on in. No offset. Touchdown, Seattle. Make it 2 touchdowns in the very first quarter of play. What an opening quarter he is having. Greg, that is 2 touchdown receptions here in the first quarter.
Mike, all this guy has to do is keep this pace up, and he's going to have himself 8 touchdowns. But in all seriousness, if I'm this quarterback, I'm not looking anywhere else until this defense proves they have an answer. Because right now, they don't have one.
Myers, good on the extra point. And the Seahawks will move out to a 14-7 lead. After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it. From the 6, here comes a return. Solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Giants offense and Tyreek Hill heading back on the field. And he's had an early impact on this game. Sensational start. And you know they're going to be looking his way more as this game goes on. Back to throw here to begin the drop. That's thrown right side. But incomplete.
We talk about a quarterback getting bailed out. Man, that is a pick all day long. And as this defender enters the huddle, you see a bunch of his guys hitting him on the helmet. But I can promise you, they're saying, next time, you got to come down now.
Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. They send Evans in motion. Now, faking the give. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. First catch there for Cup, and he's got a 1st down.
That's just such a tough throw. I mean, that's all arm. Being able to get your body turned and throw back across your body. I mean, it's one thing if you're just throwing it a couple yards to a check down. But in this case, he's still willing and able to push the ball downfield. And there does come some danger when you throw back across. But in this case, it's a big completion. You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield. But with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
A gain of 16 yards. That's good for a Giants 1st down. They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. 1 quarter in the books. It's the Seahawks with the early lead. More from MetLife Stadium after this. Here's 2nd and 6. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. That'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down. Now a 3rd and 2. Try to pick this one up on the ground. 17 yards, the gain there.
drive like this, Mike, you just hate to see it stall out on the fringe of the red area. But in this case, not only do they pick up some good yardage on the ground, they get a fresh set of downs to hopefully go in and finish this drive with a touchdown.
They'll look to throw. This one caught at the 4. And he's close to another first down. He's brought down just shy of the marker. Now they'll set up to throw. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. To the goal line and in. Touchdown, Giants. Now for the point after. He's got it. And the Giants will tie things up. We are all even at 14. So back to level after the touchdown. And time for the kickoff. This will be returned from the 6. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. This one, everything we could have hoped for to this point. All even at 14. We'll start this drive with first down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Straight ahead, it's Walker. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up third down. The tight end Fant in motion. On third down, they'll set up to throw. The ball comes out. One of the Giants has it. When the ball comes out and the scramble for it, it ends up becoming a turnover, and the offense walks off the field disappointed with that fumble.
Mike, when you look at a stat sheet at the end of the game and you want to determine which team wins and which team loses, at the top of the list is ball security. Which team does a better job protecting it, and which team does a better job taking it away.
The Giants offense headed back to take over once more. They'll begin with the football in the red zone already as the defense has their back to the wall to start this drive.
You know, Mike, nice job here by the quarterback, just understanding on these early downs, you just don't want to go backwards. So he's able to avoid the negative play, pick up a little bit, and mostly avoid the sack.
And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. Here's 3rd and 7. They send Evans in motion. On play action, he'll set up to throw. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. The Giants field goal unit out on the field. This about as short as you can get. The kick is perfect, right down the middle. And the Giants move out in front. The new score, 17-14.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides. This drive kicks off with 1st and 10. The tight end Fant in motion. Right away, they'll set up to throw. There's that man again. Another catch. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Back to throw. Going right sideline and complete. His 50th reception on the season, and he's got a 1st down to go with him. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike. How well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard it.
They'll look to throw yet again. Connecting with the tight end. That's Fant. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Slayton is the man in motion. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, and it will fall to the ground. It's incomplete. 3rd and a yard. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. And he's in. Noah Fant. Touchdown, Seahawks. 3 touchdowns for the game. His first 3 of the... Now the point after try from Myers. The kick is good. And the Seahawks move out in front by 4. It's 21-17. After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. This is going to be taken in at the 3. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Here's the Giants offense now. They get set to take over once more. Trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Throwing now from the gun. Get this complete. It's Cup again. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Working from the shotgun, he'll hand this one off. And he'll get this down inside the 40-yard line. That's a gain of 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. In the middle, it's caught. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. So, 2 minutes to play in a back-and-forth first half. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this. Throwing now on 1st and 10. There's Evans. He's got it. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They'll throw out of the gun. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. They'll look to set up the screen here. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
Now they're entering the area of the field, especially with the amount of yards they've gained on this possession, Mike, where it feels like a touchdown is critical. For the defense, settling for a field goal here, especially with the ball where it is, feels like a win.
A run with the man out of Purdue. That's Tyrone Tracy. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. And the Giants here will use the first of their timeouts. They stop it here with just under 40 seconds until halftime. He'll look to throw. He pulls it in around the 5. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down. They are set up with 1st and goal. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. One final throw before the break. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
The defender saw this the entire way, Mike. He actually ran the route before the receiver even got to his spot. I think they're fortunate this one didn't end up getting picked and going the other way.
So we've reached halftime, and the visiting Seahawks are out in front as we get you down to Florida. Orlando specifically. It's where the coach is. Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll begin out in the Windy City of Chicago. And it's the Lions who are out in front as they play the 2nd quarter. Jared Goff has a touchdown pass to his favorite target, Amon-Ra St. Brown. From there, we'll head down to the Big Easy. Check on the Saints at home at the Superdome. And they were winners in that ball game over the visiting Cleveland Browns. Spencer Rattler leading the way in the victory as his guys continue to roll. They're 8-1 on the year. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And they trail the visiting Buccaneers as that game has gone to the half. Justin Herbert, responsible for the lone touchdown in the game thus far as he's thrown a touchdown pass. This one's been all you could hope for as an NFL fan. Just a one-point game here at halftime. This has been as much fun as you could hope for with both these teams in it to win it.
Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the defensive coordinators, trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the 2nd half. Ray going to return it. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin. The Giants offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And I want to take you through the highlights here. They have been plentiful from the quarterback position. Has the offense running at a high efficiency throughout, and we'll try to sustain it here down the stretch. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. It's complete to Evans. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. 2nd down and 8. They'll look to throw. To the left side, in the hands of Hill. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9. Now a give on the ground. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll stick with him again. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. Here comes 3rd and 6. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete. He was trying to fit that one into Mike Evans. And it's going to bring up 4th down. The Giants sending out their punter. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Seahawks offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's had it going in the 1st half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they're trying to keep it going. To the air now on 1st and 10. Smith and Jigba left side. He's got it. He's close to a 1st down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down.
It takes a certain guy in that slot position to be willing and able to go across the middle of the defense on those in-breaking routes. You can tell this guy, he doesn't care. He is fearless going across the middle, and he's able to secure a nice catch.
And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7. Now they'll set up to throw. This one complete to his tight end fan. Catch number 7 so far in this one. And a 1st down.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the 1st down.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. He throws right side down the field, and it is brought in. And they bring him down there, but it is inside the 10. It is going to be 1st and goal.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
That's hauled in at the 2. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. They'll run with Walker. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal. Back to throw. And that's going to line up uncatchable out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
They went for it all on that one and just a little bit off. Ball winds up hitting the ground. They've got to move forward. The opportunities are out there. Better execution.
And he's into the end zone yet again. Noah Fant. Touchdown, Seattle. Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon. So that one, his 4th touchdown catch of the game. That is one behind the single-game NFL record. Myers now to add the PAT. It's up and good. And the Seahawks are going to open up the lead to 8. After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Giants offense about ready to take over once more. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Drive will start on the ground, and he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
And this will be incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike, and I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution.
And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
Sometimes, Mike, your greatest strength can also be a little bit of your weakness. In this case, he is so used to being able to buy more time with his feet, extend the play, give his targets more time downfield to uncover. In this case, nothing materializes, tried to do too much, and as a result, takes a big loss.
The Giants sending out their punter, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. And he's going to make a fair catch just beyond his own 40-yard line. The Seahawks offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long.
The number one rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
Will be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. The tight end Fant in motion. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. There's Pat Man again, another catch. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. They'll look to throw yet again. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. The tight end Fant in motion. Back to the air one more time. Connected with the tight end. That's Fant. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. The tight end Fant in motion. look to throw again. That is caught. And we brought it down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. So we'll take it to the other end as we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. An opportunity for what could be a game-sealing touchdown right here. First down and goal. Here's Walker. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Kenneth Walker. Touchdown, Seahawks. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Myers, good on the extra point. And the Seahawks will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. From the 6, here comes a return. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The home team's offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
Well, a really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. Second and 7. Out of the gun, he'll throw. He finds Cup along the out route. Third down, 3 to go. They send Evans in motion. They'll try to get this one on the ground. It's a gain of 12 there. That's good for a Giant first down.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
And he finds Tyreek.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. To the middle, it's caught. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. They'll come up here. First and 10. He'll drop to throw. Fine work defensively. That's going to be knocked away. We'll go down as an incompletion. They'll try again here. Second and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And they'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to third down. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump. And they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this...
And he cannot get the throw off. He's going to be sacked. And they will turn it over on down.
So the offense finds themselves in a tough situation. They're down by 2 scores late in this game. They know this is a prime opportunity. They need to play for a touchdown, and instead the defense makes a huge stand, and they got a chance now to close this game out.
The visitors' offense ready to get back at it. And as we look back at some of the highlights of this one, Greg, definitely a lot to show from the passing game.
Yeah, and as good as the offense feels about their passing game, I think if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you've got a lot of learning to do because you just get burned time and time again. You'd think at some point you'd make an adjustment and make a correction. So at this point, they've given up 4 touchdown passes. You're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL giving up that production in one phase of the game.
He's got his man. That's Slayton. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face second down and 7. They'll throw out of the gun. He'll get it into the hands of Slayton. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the 4th quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
They'll come up now for second down and 4. The tight end Fant in motion. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9. Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. Walker. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
Got it with Smith in Jigba. He is in. Jackson, Smith in Jigba. Touchdown, Seattle. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Now the point after drop from Myers. He knocks it through. And the Seahawks tack on one more to their lead. After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. Ray going to return it. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The home team's offense ready to take over possession of the football. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
Devin Witherspoon with a tight cover as he knocks it away. He'll come up to 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw. He's got his man. It's Hill. He's going to have the first down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
3rd and 5. just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. That's taken in. He's going to be out of bounds, but he will have enough to pick up a 1st down. Now they'll set up to throw. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back.
So there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
Quick throw out wide. It's caught. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. They send the tight end in motion. Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Throwing now from the gun. There's Evans. He's got it. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. This one incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on downs. The visitors' offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. And they look to finish it off here in the 4th. This might just wash away what was a subpar performance a week ago. On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. And he finds a little bit of space. So it's a win here for the visiting Seahawks. They were forced to travel cross-country. They get the early start, 10 a.m. on their body clocks. They're happy now. They come away with the victory.